Hey everybody, what's going on? Welcome back to another reaction. We are checking out a very special video, a collaboration between Epic High's TABLO and Namjoon RM, of course, of BTS. Stop the Rain is the name of the music video. Very intrigued by this one, so without further ado, let's jump into it. The Epic High frame on the wall's kind of nice.
Hello, rainy day.
Whoa.
TABLO. RM. I'm all in. With a losing hand. Teachers call me rebel, parents call me lost, pastors call me devil, had me kneeling at the cross. Since I was a youngin', I was called names and bossed around. Back to the wall so long, call me pain's poster child. Religious home, times were different. They told me I was gifted, but to unwrap my mind was wicked. I was raised by guilt, raised by shame, raised by the rod. Sacrificed in the name of their God. They claimed it was love, felt like heartbreak to me. Later they say, baby, all your scars are to teach and remind you you can soar higher. What good's a bird's eye view when you're in a hunter's crossfire? Sometimes I wish I got crushed in the womb.
Holy shit. Oh my god. The lyrics are already so insanely fucking heartbreaking, and I'm noticing like this very interesting, like, not pattern necessarily, but TABLO literally foreshadows each sentence. You know, or you have he gives you an idea of what the next sentence is going to be. So he says, you're gonna soar high, and then the next sentence is, what is a good and a bird's eye view when you're in a hunter's crossfire? Like, what's the point of soaring high above the skies if there's always somebody having his aim on me, just waiting for me to slip and fall, make a mistake and whatnot? There's bloody calves sacrificed in the name of their god, as beforehand he says, I was forced to kneel to the cross, and then the cross with bloody calves, the nails in the cross, Jesus and all that kind of stuff. You know, very, very, you know, religious tone to some of the lyrics as well, which I thought was fucking visceral too. And then, as bloody calves sacrificed in the name of their god, later they'd say, baby, all your scars are to teach. So all of the wounds, like, that was a teaching moment. It's like, you can't, every experience, you're just supposed to grow from it and become better and whatnot. Like, it's almost like a coping mechanism to the one that abuses you, or, you know, grows you as a parent, as, you know, the lyrics literally said, raised by shame, by guilt, religious home. And just the intro to the first lyric is like, I'm all in with a losing hand, is just like, I know that I'm going to lose, and I'm just like, literally much like the kid in the video, falling into the abyss. But also, if you kind of think about it, as they always say, the person that people are most afraid of is the one that has nothing to lose. So he's going all in with a losing hand. So that's kind of interesting too. Let's take it back.
They claimed it was love, felt like heartbreak to me. Later they say, baby,
they claimed it was love, like much like he said, raised by guilt, by shame, religious homes, things were different, you know, whether it's, you know, mental violence, physical violence, you know, I'm only doing this because I love you, fuck you, you know, it's like, you know, when people rationalize, like, fucking, or husbands rationalize beating their wives, and they're like, well, if I didn't love you, I wouldn't beat you. It's like, really? Anyway,
the wall so long, call me pain's poster child. Religious home, times were different. They told me I was gifted, but to unwrap my mind was wicked. I was raised by guilt, raised by shame, raised by the rod.
And I'm so sorry to pause this all over again, but they told me I was gifted, but to unwrap my mind was wicked, because I had different ideas. I went against the grain, and I was just suffering for exploring my own desires and things that were to those who raised me with shame and guilt, and who beat me and told me that they're doing this out of love, you know, all because I had a different mindset. Anyway, sorry.
They claimed it was love, felt like heartbreak to me. Later they say, baby, all your scars are to teach and remind you you can soar higher. What good's a bird's eye view when you're in a hunter's crossfire?
That's a genius lyric.
Sometimes I wish that I crushed in the womb.
That's a heartbreaking one.
Turn to dust in the womb. My scent of youth and ungodly perfume. No wonder I've always hated the adults in the room.
Holy shit. Ooh, turned into an angel. Oh. Very Deftones-ish. Ooh. Damn.
When I was a kid, I was convinced that I was destined for the 27 club. I'm 29, sinking in the bathtub, sipping gin, looking for another club. All the lust
Holy
was
shit.
lust, dust into dust. Stray off the stable, dashing dirt to your dirt. And every night I put my shadows on. But you know how much I hate my status quo. I know what you gotta know. My life's out of love.
Oh my god. It's like that air quotes, be positive. It's like the equivalent of, you know, if you're suffering, it's like, well, just stop thinking about it. You're depressed, you should just smile more, you know, you should just, you know, it's such a beautiful day outside, you know, you should just stop being sad and be happy, you know, as if it just, you know, something that turns on like a switch. So I do want to make a very important note on RM saying I almost joined, or I was thinking about joining the 27 club, because it feels very obvious when he says 27 club and then he was like, I'm 29 now, so I thought I was going to die at 27 and my own life. But it's very important because the 27 club is literally a reference to celebrities who are mostly musicians who died at the age of 27. Some of those musicians include Kurt Cobain, Brian Jones, Jim Morrison, Amy Winehouse, Robert Johnson, Janis Joplin, Jimi Hendrix, and more. This coincidence adds a layer of intrigue and infamy to already tragic events. So joining that 27 club is a little bit more than, oh, I thought that I was, you know, going to end my life at 27. I don't know if I should have expected this, because like the song is titled Stop the Rain, but for some reason I still didn't expect it to be this heavy, so kudos to them.
When I was a kid, I was convinced that I was destined for the 27 club. I'm 29, sinking in the bathtub, sipping gin, looking for another club. All the lust was
Another
lust,
club.
dust into dust. Stray off the stable, dashing dirt to your dirt. And every night I put my shadows on. But you know how much I hate my status quo. I know what you gotta know, my life is out of love. All the lessons learned already coming out of trust.
Keep my mind steady, but it's hard to readjust. Nothing stops time, but the clock will turn to rust.
Pain and rain, this'll stay the same.
Got me looking for the exit just to entertain. Pain and rain, think I'm going insane.
Gotta turn off my phone now.
Yeah, damn.
Can't run away from the pain. I feel like I'm gone insane. Bad thoughts filling on my brain. Demons swimming inside my face.
2 seconds from falling into nothing.
Can't run away from the pain.
I'm trying to stop the rain.
I love that he has the headphones on too, because like music saved lives basically.
I'm trying to stop the rain.
Holy shit, that was incredible. That was absolutely fucking insane. Probably one of the best songs of the year, in my opinion, and one of the most like lyrically hard-hitting songs for sure. The rain that represents like the sadness and the bad thoughts and everything. The rain and pain is associated, of course, and also like tears in the rain. Like no one can actually see me cry. But the crying is nonstop, because that's why the rain doesn't stop, is because I'm in pain. is kind of cool too. Like, I want to change the weather, and no matter how much I try, I can't, even if somebody tells me to be positive. But, I've been through enough in my life to where I don't really see that positivity anymore. So, and in the era of social media today, I feel like it's one of the most detrimental aspects of a decline in someone's emotional and mental health. With some of the stuff that is constantly being thrown on social media. So, and also as being an artist like a Tablo, like a Namjoon, and the hate that they get just from the very simple fact that they're famous or because they're big personalities. Obviously Epic High, BTS, just in general. Like, you can't stop it. People will always, for as many people that will absolutely love you and cherish you, there's always going to be someone that absolutely fucking despises you. And unfortunately, our minds work in such a way that we can block 99% of the positivity because of that 1% of negativity that is being thrown at us, because it's much more like attractive to us mentally to focus on why that one person just hates me so much, and maybe he's right. So the lyrics of like joining the 27 club, joining down, and he also says, being a kid, I thought that I was destined for the 27 club. Like, I wasn't destined to live much longer than that. And as I want to be a musician, I would just turn to be like a struggling musician, or like someone who just struggled and ended up giving up or something like that, and destined to be in the 27 club. So that was really, really interesting that he had like that mindset as a kid. And then saying that I'm nearly drowning or sinking in the bathtub, sipping on gin and looking for another club. Like, I might fucking create my own club as someone who passed at 29. So that's incredibly, obviously, fucking tragic to have like that mindset. And I love the air quotes on be positive, because being depressed is just, it's not something that just goes away because you told me to be positive. Like, depression is just something that is almost unexplainable. You can be in a room full of people that absolutely love you, but something can just click in your brain, like a switch automatically flips, and suddenly you feel like you're alone and whatnot, and you lack all the love, and you feel like you're feeding into all of the negativity instead of focusing on the positives. So that 1% of negativity becomes 100% of negativity, if that makes sense. So I just love how they told their story from two completely different perspectives, while still, showing their like upbringings in a way, of Namjoon thinking about being as a kid joining the 27 club, Tablo talking about like the religious home, and being different, being gifted, but his mind is wicked, and being scarred, only to be told that those scars are like a representation of like learning and being building character and whatnot, and soaring high only to be at a crosshair, at a hunter's crossfire and whatnot. Like, the lyricism was absolutely beautiful. The video is literally in color. He's chilling with his cat, but then suddenly just the switch flips, and suddenly I feel alone and dark, and I open the door into the darkness. So he falls through it, and it feels never ending, because it feels like I cannot fucking stop the rain anyway. So it feels like a mental struggle that goes on forever. And I just noticed that there's like a photo, a couple of framed photos. I'm not sure who is featured on there. Probably, I don't know, Epic High, Tablo himself, Namjoon, because there's like the frame photo, of course. And there's a time on the clock. I'm not sure if that's supposed to represent something. Let me know in the comment section, of course. But like the visuals are, painful, like a never-ending fall through the abyss. This was definitely one of the best songs of the year for me, and I love the instrumental a lot. The chorus was incredible. I love how Tablo kind of like came back in the second verse with Namjoon. So I love the fact that it wasn't just your part, my part, and it's over. It's like they're kind of like going back and forth a little bit, so I appreciate that. But in the end, this song is insanely relatable as someone who has been through, a good amount of, depression, and has thought about not necessarily joining the 27 club, but other clubs, creating my own club. Someone who has thought a lot about it, and someone who has definitely, I would say, even in my darkest times, fantasized about joining any club. Honestly, the song definitely speaks volumes, and it definitely, like, the lyrics of, the bad thoughts filling up in my head, and somebody telling me just be happy, just stop being sad. It's like, doesn't work that way. So I really appreciate it. I feel like the song is going to relate to a lot of people, and you feel all the pain from both of these guys. So this was incredible. I feel weird saying I hope you guys enjoyed this reaction, because the subject matter is not necessarily one to enjoy. But if you stumbled upon this reaction, and you found it to be sort of enjoyable, make sure to like this video so I know that you watched it. Comment your thoughts, how it relates to you, if you want to share. And yeah, I'll catch you all in the next one. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. Check out the rest of my BTS reactions in the playlist attached, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Thank you so much for watching. Be well and safe wherever you are.